Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS rule royal peace, and salutations to the elect. My name is Aina. The title of this video is The Chief Prince of Meshech and Tubal Will Obliterate the Eagle in World War III. Right? And I mean, the title says it all, and I said this word obliterate wrong, but I got the definition and we'll get it. So yeah, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal will obliterate the eagle in World War III. And basically, basically my thoughts on the Super Bowl, and I'll put the hashtags when I upload the video, hashtag Super Bowl, hashtag Chiefs, hashtag Eagles. Shalom to the elder brother Manat Tazakba out of GMS South Carolina. Right, his page is GMS South Carolina 08. Subscribe to Edify. Anyway. So, my thoughts is basically it was a witch, a sorcery. That's why I got Isaiah 47 pulled up. Who knows, what type of left-hand sorceries and enchantments and things went on behind the scenes, and also in the commercials, the ads and things that they put out there. So, I mean, that's pretty much what I got. So that's what it pretty much was, just a big enchantment, because pursuant to the scriptures, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal will face against the eagle, which is Babylon the Great. They also they made the eagle their bird this year. I guess I can look that up. Let me look that real quick. Let me just search that right here. Made eagle the national bird. Okay, here we go. US, let me just do US. I don't know why it don't matter, but it says President Joe Biden signed a bill into law on Christmas Eve 2024, making the bald eagle the official national bird of the United States. The bill amended the United States Code to give the bald eagle its special status. Right, so America is, basically the same as the eagle. Obviously, it says the bald eagle has been a symbol of the United States for centuries, appearing on currency, documents, flags, and more. The bald eagle was nearly wiped out in the 20th century due to the pesticide DDT. I mean, they should have put Esau right here. But anyway, it says the U.S. banned DDT in 1972, and the bald eagle was declared endangered a few years later. Said the bald eagle's population recovered over the next few decades, and it was removed from the endangered species list in 2007. So yeah, there you go. Bald eagle officially declared U.S. national bird after 250 years. Here at the end, right at the end of Esau Kingdoms, he's finally going ahead and just tying a knot and saying, yeah, we are the eagle that's going to face, Russia. It says the bald eagle is now officially the national bird of the United States after President Joe Biden signed a law on Christmas Eve bestowing the honor upon the white-headed and yellow-beaked bird of prey. There you go. All right, let me grab this. This is Revelation 20. We get to the point, because I mean, really, the statement is, it's in the title, but at the same time, the speakers, I mean, the scriptures speak to it. Revelation 20:7, it says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, which is Russia, which it goes back to Ezekiel 38, which I got. It says to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea, right? So, World War III, who the nations would call the Holy War now, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the Lord's judgment upon the nations, it is coming to pass soon, So that's the point. Grabbing over here. So anyway, let me just continue that. Revelation 27, it says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about in the beloved city, and fire came down from Yahweh out of heaven and devoured them. So see, basically Esau Edom that is in. And that's why the title is titled what it is titled, because they're gonna gather together Gog to go to war, which is World War III, but they're gonna be destroyed, right? And we're gonna get Ezekiel 38, going into that. But ultimately the one that's gonna do the ultimate destruction is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, right? Because he has created the smith that blows the coal to form the weapon that they're going to use, which is nuclear missiles, and also the return of Yahweh Shai, pursuant to Revelations 1 and 7, coming with clouds and I shall see him. Those chariots that he comes with will shoot forth laser beams, fire beams from them to destroy whoever, particularly the ones that pierced him, which it says in Revelations 1 and 7, when everyone sees him, which I'll grab real quick. It says, behold, Revelations 1 and 7, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so amen. See, so he's coming, and they're going to be wailing. Scripture say there shall be wailing and gnashing of the teeth, right, for this nuclear destruction that's coming to pass shortly. So, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever, right? So Esau Edom will be destroyed. So over here, Isaiah 47, we'll just, start from the top. Isaiah 47 and 1, it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, right? So this is lament for Babylon, which is modern day America, right? It says, take the millstone and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. And real quick, I'll just grab this in the NLT and then get back to the KJV. So verse 1, it says, come down, virgin daughter of Babylon, and sit in the dust, for your days of sitting on a throne have ended, O daughter of Babylonia. Never again will you be the lovely princess, tender and delicate. Take heavy millstones and grind flour. Remove your veil and strip off your robe. Expose yourself to the public. You will be naked and burdened with shame. I will take vengeance against you without pity. So that's harsh words from Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai to, of course, his enemies. Some would call it harsh, but in reality, it's a good thing, right? So anyway, continuing on, going to verse 4. And basically that's what's happening. The shameful spewing is being put on Esau's glory. And we can see it all around the world. Israel is confounded, Babylon the Great is confounded. Every move and thing that they say is coming against them, right? And that's pursuant to prophecies, that shameful spewing on their glory. No more shall they be called tender and delicate, right? The world is seeing them for who they are, which is the devil, right? Wicked, doing all manner of geocides and things like that. So Isaiah 47 and 4, it says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai of hosts. Let me read that again. As for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Right? Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Right? That was Babylon the Great. It says, I was wroth with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy, upon the ancients hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart. Neither didst remember the latter end of it, right? So didn't think about what's to come, which is the end, which is what's happening now, Verse 8, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantment. So this is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, right? America, US, they have always been about sorceries and enchantments. And, basically the saying is nothing really happens by happen chance. And also the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and he turned it whatsoever he will. And pursuant to Revelation 20, the Most High set up Esau Edom to come and battle right to their end, basically, which is happening now. So Esau Edom set, he these banking elites, these JWO, they set everything up in the world, and they set up in this 2025 to be the Chiefs versus the Eagles. And I can only think with them being wiser than Daniel that they thought they could use this as an enchantment, and to use their sorceries, to, just, I don't know, win, whatever the case may be, whatever they thought. Isaiah 47:10, it says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know." Right, and he goes into it. You get Jeremiah 50, read that, the lament for Babylon, it goes all into the destruction, it says fanners and everything. Really, it's the next verse of Jeremiah 51, which is the soon to come too. Anyway, Isaiah 47:12, and those, okay, so I mentioned it. Jeremiah 51:1, it says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind," right? "And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about." Right, this destroying wind and the fanners is basically leading towards Yahweh coming, and also the Arab nations, the Ishmaelites coming against Babylon the Great. Right, you can get Second Ezra chapter 13, and also, so I'll grab those two to show you a little bit. I said a 13 for this one. So Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 1, "And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, excuse me, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire." Right. So basically, this is Yahushua coming back, right? It ain't basically, it is. This is Yahushua coming back, and he's coming back with the angels, right, to destroy them. And as you see, it's gonna shoot, forth the fire beams, and they're gonna fail when they feel the fire. And then you have Second Ezra chapter 16, maybe 16. We'll see. I think it could be 15. Let me see. It's 6. It's 15. Okay. All right, right here, 28. All right, so this is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 28. It says, "Behold, an horrible vision, the appearance thereof from the east." Where's the east at? Over there in the so-called Middle East, right, where Russia is, Ishmaelites, the Arabs are, so-called the JWOs. It says, "Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and with the multitude of them, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmenians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars." The Iranians. Make sure we double check on that. Carmenians, yep. Right, so it says the Carmenians, which goes into Iran, raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Right, and that's the point. Let me grab a precept. Bear with me while I grab this one precept. This is Revelation 16 and 19. So we got Yahushua coming in second Edges 13, and we have the Arabs coming here, the Ishmaelites coming here upon America in second Edges chapter 15. Right. And let me grab this Revelation 16 and 19. It said a waste of portion. There you go. We just start from 13. Revelation 16 and 13, and I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Right, so let me grab that real quick. This is 16:19. All right, so we have three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. So the dragon and the beast is, of course, NATO, EU, and the false prophet will go into the Roman Catholic Church. All right, so that's the breakdown on that. It says, "For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth." And there's also you can also use this with the Vatican, right? You can also use this with the Vatican, which would be the false prophet. So anyway, Revelation 16 and 14, it says, "For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Almighty." So this is basically Esau, Edom, and his whole system, you know, going together to battle what you call it, Gog and Magog that we got in Revelation chapter 20. It says, "Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame." Right. And this is going to basically keeping the words, within yourself. We can grab that prayer real quick. Deuteronomy 6 and 9. Sorry, 6 and 4. Okay. Deuteronomy 6 and 4. It says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord Yahweh, our power is one Lord. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontals between thine eyes, and thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates." So that's the point. Basically, the words written in the scriptures, right? Putting on your garment is putting on the new man, right? Following after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? Keeping his ways, his statutes, his commandments. "Behold," back in Revelation 16 and 15, "behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. And he gathered them together in a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon," right? So that's the battle of Jehoshaphat, which I was talking about. Let me grab this here. It says the hill or city of Megiddo. Right, so it's the same as this right here. I'll grab this. It's not here, and then it's we'll do 50 or 51. Let's see if I can find it. All right, let me just search it on Google. Bear with me real quick. It's probably Joel. We'll see though. All right, Joel 3. Yeah, I didn't want to just keep, switching around different things I think it might be. Joel 3 and 2. Joel 3 and 1. It says, "For behold, in those days, in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." Right. So, getting to the point, the valley of Jehoshaphat, right, which is the Lord's judgment, over in that land. So that's the same thing as Armageddon, you know, it's just a better definition here, in my opinion. So there's a point on that. So continuing on, Revelation 16 and 17, it says, "And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne saying, It is done. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth, so mighty an earthquake and so great." Right. And this is because of the nuclear destruction, which is going to take place during this battle of Armageddon, or in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Right. It says, "And the great city was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before Yahweh to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath." Now, this is not what I wanted. So, but it's an excellent point. All right, so I'm gonna find the scripture real quick. All right. All right, Jeremiah 51 and 31, it says, "One post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end, and that the passages are stopped, and the reeds they have burnt with fire, and the men of war are affrighted." Right, and that goes back into Second Ezra chapter 6, 15, starting at verse 28 that we got into. That portion, shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, which is Babylon the Great. Let me read this again. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 28. Right, this is about prophecy, and this hasn't happened yet. This is about to happen. Right, Babylon the Great is pretty much almost done, out the door. All right, Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 28. It says, "Behold, in horrible vision, the appearance of thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots." And if you look in the news right now, they just had an emergency meeting. The Arabian nations. This is posted. I'm gonna post it in a few. It's 4:32 p.m. right now, February 10th. On the news right now, about I don't know an hour ago, emergency meeting from the Arabian nations. Regarding what's happening with Trump and Israel. Right, so things are amping up for this, and the devil knows. That's why he did what he did with the Super Bowl. Verse 28, "Behold, in horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and with the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmenians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians." So that's pretty much the point. It says, "And then shall the dragons have their upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them." So basically the persecution is coming against Babylon the Great from the hands of his enemies, which is these the dragons of Arabia, the Ishmaelites, Iran and whatnot. And that goes back into up here early in the chapter of Jeremiah 51, the fanners that I spoke about. In verse 2, it says, and I'll start at 1 again. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. It will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Right. So this is that trouble that's mentioned against Babylon the Great. They're the different enemies. You get Revelations 17. Because even the nations that are allied with Esau Edom will destroy them. We grab Obadiah next. Revelation 17 and 14, it says, these shall make war with the Lamb. Who are they, right? The different vassal states of Babylon the Great. Start at 12. It says, Revelation 17 and 12, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. So these different kingdoms, basically were a servitude unto Babylon the Great, which is America, and just having ties with them, allowing America to store their troops there, their equipment there, their nuclear missiles and weapons and things in their lands. It says, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful, right? So Yahushua is going to come, pursuant to 2 Ezra chapter 13, and destroy, obliterate, that were basically the nations, and beam up his elect, pursuant to Matthew 24, verse 30. Revelation 17 and 15, it says, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are people, and multitudes, and nations, and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. But we just read right here, they gave their power unto the beast, right? Then it says later on at the end, these shall hate the whore, which is America, right? And they're starting to hate America now because, once again, the genocides that's being committed by Israel and also America, because America is backing Israel. For Yahweh have put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, right? And that's going into Proverbs 21. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and he turneth it whithersoever he will. Just like he made this devil allow these two teams to play, whether you believe it or not, right? All these things are pretty much orchestrated, and it's been proven before that that's how Edom rolls. That's how he does things. Everything is pretty much laid out. That's why he's so prideful, because everything that's happening, pretty much he thinks it's in himself that he did what he's doing. But the Most High is allowing these things to happen out how he wants them to happen out, right? The Most High puts it in the mind of these devils to do the things that they do. So anyway, for Yahweh have put it in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth, right? So that's Babylon the Great, right? And these different NATO nations and states, will destroy Babylon the Great along with Russia. Let me grab Obadiah. Obadiah 1 and 6 says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him, right? And the big portion of that and part of that, of course, goes to Russia, who's heading the BRICS nation, who America allies now are trying to, basically go to and buddy up and make ties and have ties with Russia, because everyone sees the fall of Babylon the Great. Everyone sees they're losing power. Everyone's talking about it, right? Everyone hates them, right? They're hating Israel because the scriptures are coming to pass. So that's the point. So going back to where I was at, explaining that, Lord willing, we're edified from that. Start at 11 again, Isaiah 47:11. It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. So that's exactly what happened. It says, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Right, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. Let me grab this in the NLT. It says, all the advice you receive has made you tired, right? They go through great lengths, to put out these different sorceries and things like that. It says, where are all your astrologers, those stargazers who make predictions each month? Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds. And that's war between the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal and America, which is that eagle. It says, Isaiah 47:14, behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame, there shall not be a coal to warm at, nor a fire to sit before it. Basically saying that these two will be destroyed. They can't save you and you can't save them. The fire will burn them up. Isaiah 47:15 says, thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth, they shall wander every one to his quarters, none shall save thee. Right? And individuals are figuring it out now. These different who knows who these different sorceries and people that they have, committing these enchantments and things like that. I know that lady Ellen, she had the Ellen show, she left. She's in England now. She's not no longer in America. And many others are trying to flee America and go to their own place, So that's the point, we hit the enchantments on there. I'm gonna grab Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 38:1, it says, and the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, right? So this is going to Russia, and just being the chief prince of basically many nations. Meshech and Tubal is going into Turkey, but it's going to be, many people join unto them. Right here in verse 9, it says, thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee. So many people is going to be with Russia to come against Babylon the Great and destroy them. We just read that over there in Revelation chapter 17. Even America's allies are deceiving them even now because we are at the end, right? So, it says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. It says, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, right? Persia is going to Iran, Ethiopia, the African continent, Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. I believe that I believe that I said I used continent properly, So anyway, Ezekiel 38:6, it says, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Right? Once again, many people with thee. It says, be thou prepared and prepared for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. See, Russia, this chief prince, the leader, right? Basically, the king, over these individuals will lead them and be a guard unto them, which is happening now in our time. It says, after many days thou shalt be visited, in the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Right? And the NLT explains this better, so I'll grab the NLT. It says, a long time from now, you will be called into action. In the distant future, you will swoop down on the land of Israel, which will be enjoying peace after recovering from war and after its people have returned from many lands to the mountains of Israel. Right? And this is not actually talking about the Israelites. This is just talking about the people that are now inhabited the land. The scriptures tell us that the land of Israel will be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. What does that mean? Total destruction, right? Going to the prophecy, the destruction of Babylon the Great, the destruction of Israel, which will be rebuilt, and also the establishment of the kingdom of the saints, right? Pursuing back to Daniel's, second chapter, fourth chapter, seventh chapter, right? So that's the point. It says, "Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land. Thou and all thy bands and many people with thee." So that's the point, and get this word obliterate, it says, let's her say it.
Obliterate.
All right, well, that's the word. Anyway, destroy, utterly wipe out. So that's what's going to happen, and World War III, that's soon to come. Lord willing, you're edified from the lesson. I'll say shalom to those elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.